About to play some squads. About to go lay down a hot drop or a hot spot, whatever y'all like to call it. Yeah, it's good to hot drop when you're playing squads, because if you play solos, it'll probably be like a lot harder if you're not experienced enough, or if you don't play 1,000 hours into the game. So, you know, if you feel like you're still new to the game, go places that's not really like a hot or really high risk, because your chances of dying increase. Now we're playing squads, and hot drop, you gotta play together, because if you got like pieces of your team going all over the place, then your team is going to basically have a lot of problems. Mostly they're going to be a failure at that. So play together, don't split up, and don't go in the same houses neither. A lot of people, you know, don't really like other players, or they like other teammates going in the same houses with them, because the loot's like only good for one person in one house. So like, go to the second house and find a loot. Unless the enemy's in there before you got in the house, then common sense gotta come and play. So use that in your judgment, you know. Common sense and your judgment as well can help you and lead you to a better option than just like, oh, okay, let me just go to the same house with my own dude, and then you're fighting over loot, and your dude gets mad at you and he kills you, purposely kills you. Not accidentally, purposely kills you because you took his loot. So you see stupid stuff like that, and friendly fire in this game is kind of like, you know, sucks. So playing with random squads, it's like gambling. You're either gonna have a good time or you're just gonna have a bad time. Yeah, so, you know, you're gonna have one of those teammates that will either kill you purposely, or they probably friendly fire you and you just got down. Now, if they didn't finish you off when you're down and they're reviving you, it was an accident, point blank period. If they drop you and then kill you, yeah, report that guy. Communication with the mic in this game is so important. I wouldn't even tell that dude jump out the window if my boy told me he was there. Communication is key in PUBG, because you have a full advantage on the mic than with no mic, because maybe one of your boys probably needed gun attachments or more loot, or they probably found enemies, or they want to position in the circle, around the circle, to flank, you know, the enemy squads. So having a mic is better than having no mic. But PUBG developers, they come in with a new pin system, so y'all can have, you know, more communication with your squads more than ever before. I mean, back in the days, you need a mic. You need a mic, because what you gonna use? A marker? It's not really accurate. Because you might point in the right direction, but that marker, when you start moving, it just doesn't stick there on the compass, on that number. So it's really hard to find enemies that way. So with this new pin system y'all gonna be having, it will be a lot easier, because you can highlight your enemies, which is more efficient than that line. So, I mean, in the end of the day, a mic is still better than that pin system whatsoever, because, you know, you have more options and you're more faster with the voice. Yeah, so some people don't really like using the mic because people talk stupid, they be saying some racist stuff, or they just don't like talking at all. So maybe this pin system might be useful, but still, it's not better than using a mic. So what you're looking at here right now is we're being passive, and we're not trying to engage the enemy. We're trying to either wait for the enemy to escape, or we're trying to flank the enemy. So this guy in the blue, you know, he's trying to stay passive. He's just waiting for the enemy to pop up. And once that, you know, the opportunity comes, that's when you flank. And what I mean by flank, I mean like, yeah, like catching enemies by surprise like that. Oh man, I have a lot of ammo. Yeah, you gotta be careful too when you're shooting too. If your dude's right in front of you like that and you're shooting, be very, very careful, because you can do friendly fire like that. So, you know, so try not to shoot you guys behind the back. When you position in squads and you're trying to flank your enemies, you have to make sure that position you're on has a lot of cover and your body's not fully exposed. There's different types of positions. There's cover and there's concealment. Now, a lot of you guys don't understand what is concealment means, so I'm going to tell you. A concealment is like hiding in the bush so your enemies can't see you, but you don't have no cover. That's concealment. Now, cover is like, you know, hiding behind walls, buildings, crates, stuff like that. That's all hard cover. Now, concealment is like your opponent in the grass so the enemies can't see you. That's called snaking. That's actually concealment. So now you know the difference. When it comes to positioning, it's a lot better to have your body not fully exposed. So use cover, like behind the rocks, behind a tree, the bush with no cover, and you getting shot up and dead because you was behind a concealment, and it's only meant to stay hidden from enemies, not taking cover. So concealment is a no-no when you're engaging, but it's good when you're not engaging. You understand? So use cover as best you can while you're positioned. Now we're at the final phase of the circle. The most important thing about this is that blue zone. A lot of infantries love going near the blue zone in the final version of the circle, and that's mean you gotta be extra cautious and be more aware where that blue zone is heading, because most of the time enemies love going behind that circle. So if you fail to find enemies in the blue zone or behind the blue zone, and if they find you in the circle and take position, they can easily flank you. And most of all, teamwork makes the dream work. So play together, stick together, and you can get that chicken dinner.
Good game, baby. 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 That's how you take a chicken winner dinner right there.